Welcome back to PT Time with Tim. I'm Dr. Tim, a licensed physical therapist. Today I'm going to teach you the best physical therapy exercises to treat shoulder pain caused by frozen shoulder, which is medically known as adhesive capsulitis. But first, here's my medical disclaimer. So frozen shoulder causes pain because it's an inflammatory condition. It's a progressive inflammatory condition, actually. So there's a fibrous capsule that surrounds your shoulder joint. Everything gets red and inflamed in the capsule, and it starts to shrink wrap around your shoulder. So basically, if you can kind of picture my shoulder sleeve here, if I tighten it down and then I try to reach out, it's going to resist me at some point, and it's going to cause a lot of shoulder pain. And as it progresses, it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter until you can barely move your arm, out to the side, overhead, rotate it out to the side. And then, like I said, it has a lot of shoulder pain to it. But there's certain physical therapy exercises and stretches that can help maintain the range of motion and prevent it from really tightening up on you. Our first exercise is a supine wand stretch. So for this exercise, we need something that's lightweight and rigid. So I've grabbed a ski pole, but a golf club or a baseball bat or a broomstick works just the same. And then I'm going to lie on my back with my knees bent. I'm going to grab the ski pole about 6 inches or so apart with both of my hands, and I'm going to start down at my hips. So I'll let my elbows bend slightly. I'm going to say that my right shoulder is the painful shoulder. So then my left arm is going to do most of the work. So I always say that the non-painful side, my left side is the driver, and my right side is the passenger. So my left side is actually going to lift my right side up, and I'm going to go overhead, and I'm going to stop whenever I feel pain or stretch in my right shoulder. So let's say that I feel pain right here. So I'm going to pause and hold for 3 to 5 seconds, feeling that stretch. And then I'm going to lower my right arm back down. So remember, my left arm's doing all the work. I'm going to raise my right arm back up using my left, go to that area where I feel pain or stretch, pausing 3 to 5 seconds, and then lowering it back down. And I'm going to repeat that for 15 repetitions. I'll probably do it twice a day though, so morning and night. Our next exercise is a supine wand external rotation. For this exercise, I'm going to take my ski pole, and this time I'm going to grab the very end of it with one hand, and then I'm going to reach way down towards the other end and grab it with my other hand. So remember, my right shoulder is my painful shoulder. I'm going to take my left hand and go to my opposite hip pocket, and I'm going to bend my right elbow on the table here to 90 degrees. So I've got this diagonal direction kind of set up here. Then what I'm going to do is take my right hand and rotate it. As I lift my left arm up, I'm rotating my right hand towards the floor. So I'm getting this external rotation of my shoulder, kind of like this part of my arm is a door hinge. So I'm lifting my left hand up, gently pushing my right hand towards the floor, allowing my right arm to rotate, and again, stopping at pain or stretch, holding 3 to 5 seconds, and then going back to my opposite hip pocket each repetition. So full motion, stopping at pain or stretch, 3 to 5 seconds, back to my opposite hip pocket. I'll do 15 repetitions, and I'll do that twice a day, morning and evening. Our next exercise is ball rolling on a table. So I've actually pulled a chair up next to my table here. You can also do this standing, that's totally fine. But I have a Swiss ball in front of me here, and I'm placing both hands in front of me on the ball, and then I'm going to gently lean forward as I roll the ball away from me, extending my arms out. And again, I'm going to stop at the onset of pain or stretch in that painful shoulder. Hold 3 to 5 seconds and then bringing it on back, bending my elbows to my sides. I'm leaning forward, reaching out, finding that onset of pain or stretch in the shoulder, holding 3 to 5 seconds, and then bringing my elbows back in. So I'm just going to roll this ball out for probably 10 to 15 repetitions, just getting a nice kind of active stretch on the shoulder. My next exercise is a seated abduction table ball roll. So instead of going in front of me like I did last time, I'm actually going to turn to the side. So my painful shoulder is my right shoulder, and I'm going to roll the ball out away from me as I lean in towards the ball. stopping at pain or stretch, 3 to 5 seconds, and then bringing it on back, bringing my elbow into my side. So again, I'm leaning out to the side, rolling the ball away from me, feeling pain or stretch in my shoulder, holding 3 to 5 seconds, and then bringing my elbow back in. And I'll do this one 15 repetitions as well. For my next exercise, it's going to be a behind the back internal rotation shoulder stretch. So for this one, I'll need a strap like I have, or a dog leash, or even a long bath towel. That would work as well. You're going to take it, toss it over your shoulder. And so again, my right side is my painful side, so I'm going to grab it behind me, kind of behind my butt here. And then I'm going to pull up with my non-painful side so that my hand is going up my back and holding that stretch, because you're going to feel a stretch on the back side of the shoulder, and holding that stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then lowering your hand back down, pulling back up, holding that stretch 10 to 15 seconds. And we'll do that for 4 or 5 repetitions. Now, what a lot of people do to cheat this stretch is, as they pull up, because this is going to hurt, you're going to feel that stretch, they're going to allow their shoulder to round forward. They're going to almost slump forward, and that takes the stretch out of it. So really, as you're doing the stretch, before you even start it, pull the shoulder blade down and back to get yourself in that proper position, and then start to come up. You may not be able to get up as far in the beginning, but this is a much more proper stretch position. Our next exercise is a pendulum. So we use pendulums for pain relief in the shoulder. It's not a stretch or anything. It's really for pain relief, because if you have frozen shoulder, you know you're already in a lot of pain, and to have some form of getting relief is really valuable to you. So for a pendulum, you lean against either a table or your kitchen counter. I'm allowing my painful shoulder or painful arm to completely relax. So it is completely relaxed. All I'm going to do is shift my weight back and forth slowly. So I'm shifting my body forward and back, and allowing my arm, which is still completely relaxed, to swing like a pendulum back and forth. And the shoulder, the rotator cuff, the capsule, all of those things, whenever you allow gravity to kind of pull gently on that, it just allows the shoulder to relax, and it allows for some pain relief. So you can do this for 2 or 3 minutes. And honestly, you can use it as many times throughout the day as you want, because again, it just provides some short-term pain relief, and I think that'll really help out. Our next exercise is using a overhead door pulley. So I've got this pulley online, easy to find, and they come with a door stopper. So if you open up your door and put it on the other side of the door, then close it, it holds the pulley above your head there. And then typically you have to shorten it up, because if you keep it at the longest length, then you're not going to get enough height out of it. So you just shorten it up, tie a knot so that it's a little bit shorter. You grab with both hands, kind of overhand grip like this, and you're going to put a chair up against your door, preferably one that someone's not opening all the time. Usually a closet door works well. And then, so my painful side is my right side. I'm going to pull down with my left, so my left one is lifting my right one overhead, and I'm going to stop at the onset of pain or stretch, just like my other stretches that we've already talked about, holding 3 to 5 seconds, and then the left one is lowering the right one back down. So again, my left one's pulling down, lifting my right one up in front of me, holding 3 to 5 seconds, and then lowering back down. And we'll set a timer for 3 minutes for this exercise. Our next exercise is again with the pulley, except this time, instead of going in a forward direction, we're going to go out to our side. So again, my left non-painful side is going to pull down, but I'm going to kick my right elbow out to my side as it goes up, stopping at the onset of pain or stretch for 3 to 5 seconds, and then lowering that painful side back down, and repeating that for 3 minutes. So for our next exercise, I really wanted to give you an option in case you didn't have a Swiss ball. And so this is a seated towel slide. Typically you do it on your dining room table, but I'm going to do it on my table here. So you'll sit next to it, you grab just a hand towel, works totally fine. Just some random hand towel, place your hand on it, sitting next to the table, and you're going to slide the arm forward until you feel that onset of pain or stretch, pausing for your 3 to 5 seconds, and then sliding it back. And so you'll just repeat that slide stretch, and you'll do it 15 repetitions. Our second direction that you'll do with the towel stretch is out to the side. So you'll want to sit next to your table with your hand on the towel to your side, and then you're going to lean to the side and slide the arm out, finding that onset of pain or stretch, pausing for 3 to 5 seconds, and then sitting back up. Again, doing it on a dining room table would probably be the easiest, or countertop. And we'll do that for 15 repetitions. Remember, with frozen shoulder, this is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. This can take months, if not an entire year, to resolve itself, so just be patient with yourself. Make sure you go check out my other shoulder stretching video as you continue on your pathway to living a pain-free, active, and adventurous lifestyle. Thanks for stopping by PT Time with Tim, where we restore to explore.